call it Linux, but that's a mistake. Linux is one piece. In any case, there are hundreds of different distributions of GNU plus Linux. The problem is almost all, and so they're all based on free software, but almost all of them contain non-free software or suggest non-free software to the user. And that's a problem because people hear that they should install the GNU plus Linux system, and they do, but they get proprietary software with it. Ubuntu is one of those distributions of GNU plus Linux, which is not entirely free software. So it's leading people somewhere near the goal, but not really to the goal. It's sort of a detour. And the result is we have to educate people that Ubuntu does not equal freedom. If you want freedom, you have to install one of the completely free distributions. And you can find the list of completely free distributions in gnu.org/distros.
Ci sono tantissime distribuzioni del sistema GNU Linux. Ubuntu
GNU plus Linux.
GNU plus Linux. Ubuntu è una di queste tantissime, però all'interno di un sistema operativo che è software libero ci sono alcune parti che continuano ad essere proprietarie, cioè non rispettano le 4 leggi del software libero. Quindi in qualche modo non riescono a far centrare l'obiettivo dell'utente in maniera completa, ma si spostano un pochettino, sono positive ma non completamente. Ubuntu è un esempio di questa situazione in cui dopo aver installato il sistema di software libero poi vengono anche installate alcune parti che non sono software libero. Nel sito new.org/distro c'è l'elenco delle
distros with an S at the end.
/distros con la S alla fine, c'è l'elenco di tutte le distribuzioni che sono al 100% software libero. Qualche altra domanda?
What do you think about the recent inclusion of Mono, the .NET framework implementation?
Mono is a free implementation. is a free implementation of C#.
Okay, but C# is Microsoft patented.
Please, it's not that simple.
Okay.
Please.
I thought.
Please. Since people have written programs in C#, we need to offer them a free platform for running their programs. And the more of .NET is included in that platform, the better. However, Microsoft has patents over parts of .NET which are included in Mono. As a result, there is a danger that Microsoft might someday stop us from using Mono. This is no reason we shouldn't distribute Mono, but it is a reason why we should not write programs in C#.
Allora, Mono è un'implementazione libera di C asterisco, diciamo. C, cancelletto, ok. Allora, quindi, siccome c'è tanto software scritto in questo linguaggio, è bene che ci sia un'implementazione libera che permetta di poter utilizzare programmi scritti in questo modo. È vero però che Microsoft ha brevettato alcune parti di C# e questo quindi significa, a causa del potere che viene dato a chi ha in mano un brevetto, che in futuro Microsoft potrebbe utilizzare questa arma contro questa libera implementazione di C#. Quindi questa è un'indicazione per non scrivere altri programmi in C#, ma non è un'indicazione per non utilizzare Mono, distribuirlo con il sistema in modo tale che il software scritto in C# possa essere comunque utilizzato. No, siamo qui per questo, quindi.
Gli standard devono essere unici e c'è un vantaggio ad avere due standard come per esempio quello sui documenti. E cosa si può fare?
The standards should be unique or there is an advantage to have two different standards?
E come fare per
I don't think that question is meaningful. It can only be addressed in a specific case.
I made this example.
Which example?
ODF and the standard proposed by Microsoft.
Oh, well, the standard proposed by Microsoft is a phony standard. It was dishonest. And that's why ISO did not really want to consider it. Microsoft had to corrupt the ISO to get it approved. And Microsoft literally corrupted the ISO. Microsoft demanded a special emergency procedure to approve it because for the ordinary standards procedure, it would never have qualified. It was because it was not a real standard. It was not really documented. The documentation was incomplete. It was too big to be implemented. So Microsoft requested a special emergency procedure that required 3/4 of the members to approve it. And then Microsoft set about packing the ISO with votes that were bought or else obtained through cheating. Microsoft packed the standards bodies of various countries with people who were basically only there because Microsoft told them to be there. Microsoft convinced countries to vote, which normally were not interested in these questions because they don't have enough of a computer industry to care. And in this way, Microsoft succeeded in making its phony standard get adopted. No good is going to come to the world from this phony standard. The only effect that it has is if a country has an official policy in favor of using official standards, now Microsoft can get its products in by claiming that they implement an ISO standard.
But this sets the example. So if we allow two standard ones, we can allow any number of standards in the future.
I think,
if we have other organizations.
Who knows? But I think that's the wrong lesson. It's a mistake to generalize from this case to cases which are fundamentally different. What's bad about this case is that Microsoft corrupted ISO. There's nothing, I don't see anything necessarily wrong with having two standards. In fact, that's quite common. Look at how many different video formats there are, which are all standards in some sense. What's wrong with some of them is they're secret or they're patented. Just having two standards is not necessarily bad. It makes more work. But if the standards are not secret and they're not patented, if they are real standards that we can really implement, well, we'll do the extra work. Someone will do it. So I see nothing fundamentally wrong in having multiple standards. What is wrong is when some of the standards are phony or secret or patented.
La risposta fondamentalmente è stata: non c'è niente di male ad avere più di uno standard.